Welcome to Miss.sheeena's world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
I guess after Jamal Bryant failed to bring us back to Target, they decided to bring in the big guns with Jay-Z. Now, before we get into it, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, follow, do all the things. I'm going to talk my ish. We're going to have a good time, but let's get into it. So it seems that Jay-Z has released a exclusive vinyl with Target for the 30th anniversary of his Reasonable Doubt album. And as with most things, it seems as if whenever Black people are boycotting something, Jay-Z swoops in to go against what we're doing to try to get us to align with the white folks. And if you've been paying attention, this has been a pattern. And if you've been reading the e-files, you know that in the files, they clearly call out that when they want to get the Black folks in line, they just call this man because he has such a hold on the community that will fall in line. But what they don't understand is we're not falling for that anymore. So see, what y'all tried to do was you dropped a little thing with Louis Hamilton, a Black guy. You thought it was going to get us in there, but we don't give no damns about him. And he can go on and be with the Kardashians and live his life. Then you tried to get Jamal Bryant in here, and you thought that him coming out and saying that the boycott was over would make us come back to the stores. And that didn't work because we told you we ain't listening to Jamal Bryant. He ain't running the boycott and we ain't coming back. So now what do? You guys do what you always do. These white corporations, y'all think that Jay-Z is the answer because y'all swear we love him and Beyonce so much that we will just fold. You bring in the big guns and have him out here and do an exclusive deal with you to try to get Black people back in the stores. And now I'm seeing articles asking, are we still boycotting or not? Yeah, we're still boycotting. We're going to keep boycotting. We're not going back to Target. I don't care who you put in the store. Jay-Z could be there signing autographs himself. And the real ones ain't going back to the store. And if the people do go back to the store, well, we know Harriet would have left a lot of people behind. So they fall into that category. But there is nothing that we're going to do to get us back in the stores. All this is showing is, like I saw another article, every time we boycott, he wants to come in and be the end to that boycott. He did the same thing with the NFL. Came in and swooped in. Oh, we don't need to be doing this. This will be great. And we've gotten zero progress. Matter of fact, there's less Black coaches now than there were probably back then. So we're not falling for this. And honestly, the fact that he would do this and go against what Black people are saying for a boycott tells us everything we need to know about this man. It's money first, Black second. And he had the nerve to have this song, I'm Not Black, I'm OJ. Huh. You not Black, you Jay-Z. Okay.
We not going back to Target, and I don't give a damn if Jay-Z is selling his album in there. This is a very classic move by Jay-Z. He's been doing this type of stuff for a long time. It's why I didn't give a damn about his stupid-ass freestyle and everything like that. You know, like it was... that's why I'm not getting involved in whatever beef he tried. I don't like Jay-Z. I've loved his music. Always loved his music. One of, if not the greatest rapper, top, all-time, all that. Can't take that away from him. But Jay-Z has never been one of my favorite people. He has never been a genuine representation of the Black community. He always talking about this all Black he got albums after albums talking about Black empowerment, all that stuff, all Black everything. And I get, he does stuff. But I'm from Brooklyn, okay? Jay-Z displaced tens, if not hundreds of thousands of Brooklynites, including people in my own family, because he did a deal to bring the Barclays Center there. Y'all forget about it now because people like going to the Barclays Center, but that ravaged Black communities. Took people out of their homes. When Colin Kaepernick took his knee, was making his stance, was bringing awareness to police brutality against Black people, and that protest was making its waves through the NFL. Players were standing up and supporting him. It was making an impact on the league in a way that they could not ignore. Brought in Jay-Z. Jay-Z came in and said, we're done with kneeling. He also, that's how he got control of the halftime show. So now everybody forgets because, the halftime shows have been great. You know what I mean? We love the halftime show. Bad Bunny, Kendrick Lamar, we've had all these great things. No, Jay-Z got that by derailing a real movement that was happening. That was making an impact. Jay-Z did that. He always is the one. He is the final boss. He is the one that gets wheeled out in front of Black people when they quite literally don't have an option, when they don't know how to reach us, when they feel like they've tried everything they can to get us to come back to wherever they are. They pull out Jay-Z. Don't be surprised if in 6 months we see Jay-Z talking about how much he loves shopping with his entire family at Chinese beauty supply stores. I promise you that is coming, because that's who Jay-Z is. And we're not doing it anymore. We not. Okay? You want to make your music, you want to have your concerts, do all that stuff, Jay-Z. Stop getting involved in these situations with these corporations that are only using you because they don't know how to reach out to black people, because they don't know how to show us respect, and they refuse to show us respect. They just want our money. I'm not doing this with Jay-Z.
Has Jay-Z paid folks rent and helped them figure out how to get these high-ass groceries and gas? And I missed the memo somewhere? Because I'm always confused that whenever this man is in a headline for something seemingly controversial, folks throw on a cape like if they jumped off the bridge, Jay-Z would be at the bottom to catch him. The reality is, Jay-Z did a partnership with Target, while black folks have been saying, hey, we're not going to shop at Target. That is a problem when black people have been trying, especially in this administration, to assert our power and say that our existence, our dollars matter, and put some respect on. The same guy that made an attempt to derail an entire movement when Colin Kaepernick was taking a knee during his NFL game in protest of Black lives, in protest of black folks being massacred. Then Jay-Z turns around right in the middle of this to do a partnership with the NFL and then says out of his mouth, we are beyond kneeling, as though Sean Carter had ever gotten on a knee. The same guy who posterized himself for the Barclays Arena in Brooklyn, which led to mass gentrification in his own community. And he only owned 1/5 of 1% of the Barclays Center and then sold it. The same guy who recently combed out his Basquiat wig piece, but was posed in front of this Basquiat painting with the Tiffany diamond. And Basquiat's former assistant coming out and saying, hey, Basquiat was actually an anti-capitalist. This is disrespectful to his work. The same guy that was sitting at this very table, busting it up with Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner. In all of this time that Target has been consistently a part of conversations with regards to the black community and a boy, they still have yet to come out and specifically state that they stand 10 toes behind the black community. And like, he legitimately don't even need to partner with Target. Like, is everybody okay?
This is a scary time for him because I don't know if he should drop the album. And let me give you another play. Let me give y'all another play. I'm gonna tell y'all what's gonna happen. Jay is not dropping that album without a partnership. You think Jay is gonna give himself a chance to do 100,000 copies first week?
Did he have a partnership with 444?
He didn't need to. 444 was enough. It was about Beyonce. It was the response to Lemonade. Everybody wanted to hear how he was gonna respond to that.
You don't think that you think he needs a sponsorship?
Okay, here's why. If he stayed and only focused on bars, he does it. But he's not focusing on bars, he's focusing on bills. So that means when you drop, you gotta be bigger than the boy. How you gonna diss me and you gonna sell 180,000, 300,000 and the boy sold 600 or some change?
Bundles.
That's my point.
You think Jay gonna do bundles?
He has to cheat. He has to cheat, bro.
Wow.
I'm telling you, like, you gotta understand something. Jay doesn't get this far without being conscious. Jay is conscious, fuck. He knows everything going on around him. Jay is thinking to himself, damn, Jay did 120,000? Fuck, that's big. Hip hop, like, he ain't did that. So you gotta understand something. Jay is attacking, but I'm like, if I'm on Jay's team, I'm like, nigga, you better go sit down with Ye. You don't, that's why I think he was so bothered. This is the most alone he's been.
Jay-Z has consistently showed us time after time again that for him it's going to be partnership over principle. We remember when he backdoored a Dame Dash, when he made those partnerships in his own favor. Then we seen when Colin Kaepernick was going through it with the NFL and ended up being blackballed. He didn't come to his defense. And now right in the middle of our very own people, his very own people, being in the middle of a Target boycott, he is partnering with Target. And so I think what the biggest issue is here, that we look for these quote unquote iconic people that so many idolize to be leaders. And for them, it's only about legacy building, and that's their own legacy. Forget the people.
Ooh, come on. Jay-Z has this thing where he says, hey, give me the deal and I'll bring the blacks back to you. This is the same thing that Jay-Z did with the NFL, except he's doing it with Target. Who's been boycotting Target like we were boycotting the NFL? Black people. And who did a deal with them in order to try to bring black people back, and they're going to profit off of this? Jay-Z. Jay-Z has just done an exclusive vinyl deal with Target. Just like he did the Super Bowl talent deal with the NFL after telling Jermaine Dupri not to take the job because we're boycotting them for Colin Kaepernick. Whole time he didn't really care. Well, yep, the blueprint.